Okay, first thing we're going to do tonight is we are going to review the things that we have been going over. We've been talking about mindset, and we've been talking about different types of mindset. We have fixed mindset and we have growth mindset. And of course, we know that fixed mindset, individuals that have that think this way, individuals that have this type of thinking, they prefer things to be easy. You know, they don't want to work for it. They want things to be pretty easy for them to be able to do. They see mistakes as a failure. They don't look at mistakes like growth mindset people do. Growth mindset people look at mistakes as temporary setbacks, and so they don't stop when they make mistakes. They look at mistakes as an opportunity for them to grow, and so they work on their mistakes. They look at them, they analyze, they see what they did wrong, and maybe they try another strategy to try to get the answer. But growth mindset individuals, they see mistakes as just a temporary setback, and they don't stop because of failure. And when we talk about the fixed mindset, going back to they prefer things to be easy, the growth mindset people, they look forward to challenges. Growth mindset individuals want the challenges. They look forward to it. They rave in it. Challenges is what make them and help them to be successful. And when you're talking about kids, one of the things that Dr. Carol Dweck did was she started working with students years and years and years ago. And one of the things she did was she used puzzles, because she wanted to see why some kids, when things got difficult, they shut down and give up, and why others, instead of shutting down and give up when things get difficult, they really started rolling up their sleeve and licking their chops, because that's what they want. And so in the study, she found out that when the things were easy, she gave them puzzles. And so when the puzzles were easy, the kids were excited about doing them. They was coming every day. They wanted to take some home with them after the session was over. And then what she did was she slowly increased the difficulty of the puzzles. And after a while, she saw kids just shut down because the puzzles were too difficult. And then she saw other kids that was excited and they wanted more. They wanted more and more difficulty. And so what we know is that those kids that get smarter, those kids that get better, those kids that grow, these are the kids that look forward to challenges. Without challenges, we don't grow. Without challenges, we don't get to where we need to be. Without struggle, there's no success. So growth mindset people look forward to challenges. Fixed mindset people, they feel threatened when they get feedback. They feel threatened. They don't want nobody to tell them that they did something wrong. They get frustrated. They get defensive. But on the other hand, growth mindset people, they look for it. They look for feedback and criticism. They want to be criticized. They look at criticism as something that'll help them to get better. And how many of you know that without criticism, without people in our lives that is not going to always tell us yes, 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 people that tells us no, people that tell us we can do it better, those are the people that are going to help us get to where we need to be in God. So, for fixed mindset people, they feel threatened by feedback and they get defensive. And for growth mindset people, they look forward to it. Fixed mindset people don't like to practice. Practice to them is just a waste of time, because you either got talent or you don't. You're either smart or you're not. So if you're smart, you don't have to put very much work in. And if you're not smart, that's just something that you don't need to be doing. So, fixed mindset people, they do not like practice. Growth mindset people, on the other hand, they love to practice. They enjoy it. They look forward to coming and practice. And as a basketball coach, I can testify to that I had people that love coming to practice. I did. Most of my team wanted to be there. I didn't have to beg them. They was asking me for extra days. These were guys that would come and say, "Coach, can you open the gym up on Sunday for me?" Those are the kind of guys that I had. They look forward to practice because they know that practice is going to make them better. And then fixed mindset people. They don't like, they have very little perseverance. Very little perseverance. Very little. Growth mindset people, they persevere. They don't stop because things are hard. They don't give up when things are difficult. And those are the people. That's the difference between success and failure. Is the growth mindset people, they become successful because they don't give up. I always tell the story about Tyler Perry. It took Tyler Perry 7 years to get to where he started making any kind of money. He was homeless part of the time for 6 years. And all he wanted to do was put on a play. So he invested a lot of money, saved every piece of change that he had, doing the odd jobs, income taxes coming in, and he rented a facility so he can do a play. He invited a lot of people, only a handful showed up. But he didn't quit. The first year he had very few people, but he didn't stop. He didn't quit because he had perseverance. He knew that he had something good. He knew that he had within him the things that he needed to make this thing work. He knew it. Now, second year, same thing. Nobody showed up again. Now, the greats do have doubt sometimes. And I'm pretty sure there was times in his life when he spent brief moments of saying, "Now, I don't know if this is for me." Especially when you're losing everything that you have every year trying to do a play and it's profiting you nothing. The greats sometimes have doubt, but they don't live there. If you want to be successful, you can't live in your doubts. Doubts will come, but we got to quickly self-talk and self-motivate ourselves out of the doubt. Don't let it stay. Don't pity party overnight. The greats, they doubt, but they don't live there. And so that's what he had, perseverance. Third year, same thing. Fourth year, same thing. Fifth year, got more people coming. Sixth year, got a few more people coming. But it was only on the seventh year that he was able to start making some money. And now he's worth $500 million. And it's because growth mindset people persevere. Fixed mindset people, they can't get there. They'll never get here until they learn to go from that to this. So we looked at that. The other thing we've been looking at in Unit 1 is we looked at the 4 parts to the brain. Okay, we're talking about the frontal lobe where the decisions are being made. That's this part of the brain in front. That's where our decisions are made. That's the part of the brain where our neurons or cells help us to make decisions, help us to reason, and that's why we find out that people that do drugs and alcohol, we know when we scan the brain for people that, for example, we have a study that our people did at PRI, Prevention Risk Institute. We have a study where they scanned the brain of somebody that constantly smoked marijuana. And what they found out was that that area of the brain had red spots. And so those red spots really meant that that area was affected in a big way. And so the frontal lobe is where we make decisions. The parietal lobe is controlling, touch and pain. We feel pain. because of that part of the brain right there. It tells us that we have pain. The occipital lobe, it controls the vision and recognizing of objects. The reason we can tell what things are is because of that part of the brain. And the temporal lobe controls sound, memory, and language. And the last thing in Unit 1 was, what does the brain need? And we know that the brain needs sleep. We have to have at least 8 hours of sleep in order for us to recharge our brains. And it needs food, and we need to eat specific types of foods: eggs, nuts, fish, fruits, and vegetables. These are the things that we have to do in order to go from being a fixed mindset to being a growth mindset. And when we get here, we can do anything. Nothing is impossible for us.